Hello and welcome to Not All Fire. I'm Jude Evans.
And I'm Joe Hart.
Welcome back. Welcome back to me because I've been on holiday.
Oh, very good. Hey, Jude, you don't even know this. I've been on holiday too. I was away at the weekend.
Hey.
Let's start with you. How was your holiday?
Portugal was lovely. I literally slept on a sunbed underneath an umbrella by the pool for a week last week. Portugal was cooler than England last week.
Surprised.
It didn't go above 30, but also we had a pool and air conditioning, so we were able to sleep quite merrily at night. My mates, we went with Lisa and Neil, our mates from Suffolk, and Lisa's son, we spoke to him a couple of times. And on one of the days, it was 40 degrees in his house. So
in the UK, back home?
In the UK. And we were like, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, maybe 30. It's like, we're just going to have another Aperol Spritz or another bottle of beer. So, but yes, it was just to chill. I didn't drive last week. It was so nice. I just kind of slept, really.
Lovely. Very nice. Well, welcome home. Welcome back to normality.
Thank you. Where have you been then?
I was in Amsterdam over the weekend. So I was there.
Oh, I like Amsterdam.
Amsterdam's all right, isn't it? Quite a fun town.
Really nice art galleries.
Well, I tried to go to the Van Gogh Museum, but you have to book really far in advance. So I couldn't get in, sadly. But yeah, stepped out of there. 37 degrees as soon as I stepped out the train station in Central. Oh, let me show you. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I've not even told you this.
Did you go by train then? Did you go Eurostar?
I flew and then got the train into Central from the airport.
People or somewhere.
Remember a couple of weeks ago we did Bruise of the Week where I'd bruised myself. I believe it was a mystery bruise at the time. Big bruise on my arm. Check this out, right? Amsterdam. Thought I'll cycle because that's what you do in Amsterdam, right? I've got loads of bikes.
It's very fun cycling around Amsterdam, yes. Very flat.
Yeah, I had fun for a short while. And then I'm going to show you a picture. Now, of course, this is a video show now on Spotify, so some people might see this. If you don't, all you'll get is Jude's reaction. This is how my cycle tour went, Jude. About 6 minutes in. I'm not sure how clear that's going to be.
Dude, did you...
Immediately wiped out by a Prius. This week's Bruise of the Week is just me again, having a horrific injury, so I can't really walk today, sadly. Yeah, completely wiped out by a car. Stupid idea, cycling. Hate it. What a terrible idea.
There's loads of those psychopaths. Why didn't you use the cycle path?
Because the bloody Prius was in the cycle path. I've been through this so many times. Well, not with you, obviously. I'm taking a lot of it out on you, Jude. I should be taking it out on the Prius driver.
No.
Wiped out by a car almost immediately. So I had a little car accident this week.
I mean, at least you didn't get knocked into a canal, which we've all seen those videos.
Yeah, didn't get wet. Anyway, that's my latest woe. Before, though, you went on holiday, you were at a conference that I want to hear about because I've not heard much about it. So how'd you get on at the Women Talk Fire?
Women Talking Fire. So yes, we had Women Talking Fire conference down in Winchester. On the Thursday evening, we had the standard meal and quiz. I think there was 40 of us. It was about 40 of us that had meal the night before, which was really, really nice. Yet again, I got moaned out that the quiz was too hard. Everybody got more than half points, though. So I'm like, come on, guys. I can't make it too easy. We did end up having a tie break, and I asked people to ask the different teams to send a person up from their different teams to do the tie-break quiz. And amazingly, my lovely wife was on one of the teams, and they obviously sent her up. And I was just like, no, this is not on. So I made them do a group question, which ended up, again, being very, very tight and requiring me to use maths. I think it was the tie-break question was, how many underground stations are there on the underground?
Oof, goodness. Good tie-break question because nobody's going to know that, but people will get close to it or closer to it than other people. So very good tie-break question. So, I don't know the answer. 110, random guess.
I think it was 276.
Yeah, okay, I'd be way.
272, something like that. And one team were 22 out and one team were 24 out. Because when I got that, I was just like, oh my God, how on earth am I going to... I had to properly do maths.
That is tight.
I did the first round of the quiz dressed as a unicorn. But obviously, because it was so incredibly hot, I then took off said uniform and gave it to one of the guys from Cheshire Fire and Rescue, actually. who I had hoped was going to wear it the next day, but then he didn't. But yeah, so we had. I was indeed the host. I was not dressed as a unicorn on Friday. I was slightly more professional. Dame Judith Hackett came and did the keynote speech. She was really lovely. Gave us some badges. She took them away. If you're listening, hello, Dame Judith. It's lovely. I really really enjoyed meeting you. I apologise for fangirling quite as much as I did, both on and off the stage. But it was a really really good keynote speech, and she said something really nice at the end, which was she talked about DEI and trying to change the look of fire safety and fire engineering. She said it's so nice. She said it's such a rarity to be in a room that's mainly women, because she said it doesn't really happen for her. So
Sure.
so I thought that was really really nice. Sadly, Dr. Barbara Lane and Lindsay Seal couldn't make it for personal reasons, so we had Nikki from company. What was her company? Talking about safety cases. I'm going to look her up now, because if I don't, I'll be mortified, because I can't remember her name, because that's what it's like now. Let's see, Nikki. Oh gosh, every time I go onto the internet at the moment, LinkedIn at the moment, I get a million more invites. So thank you to everybody who wants to be my friend on the business Facebook. But so we had Nikki talked about safety cases. I'm going to say her name was Nikki Barrow from so professional. Anstey Horn.
Okay. Yeah, in Anstey Hall. Very good.
Yep. So she's a building safety coordinator and helps people create building safety cases. And she was really, really good. Really, really, really fun. We had a couple of other presentations. We had a really interesting presentation from the guys at CABE. I want to say Amy from CABE, talking about professional membership and getting chartered engineering status through CABE as one of the, or incorporated, being a member of the engineering council through CABE. So that was really interesting. After lunch, we had Cheshire Farm Rescue gave a really, really interesting presentation on the big fire of the care home. That wasn't a care home, sheltered housing. Come on, Joe, help me here.
Crew.
Yes. What's the name of what was the name of the building?
Beachmere.
Beachmere. Thank you very much. I've been on holiday, dude. I still haven't bear in mind I had somebody monitoring my emails during the last week. I still haven't gone through all the ones that I was sent. So yeah, so really interesting presentation about Beachmere, how they were incredibly surprised by the conditions during the fire, like massively. And so we had presentation from your friend and now mine, who talked about actually being on site and going through the fire.
I was just pulling it up. It's why I've grabbed my phone, because he texted me. He texted me a picture of a badge that had my name on, because they were not all fire badges. And he said, "What's your name doing on a badge?" And there were some swear words, which I've cut out. It was Chris, wasn't it, who was there presenting from Cheshire? Yeah, he was texting me on the night. He was texting me the night of the quiz, I think, actually.
Yes,
must have been there the night before. Yeah,
I was taking the mic out of him and telling him we were discussing you, obviously. So
were we really? Okay, well, thank you, Chris, for texting me that night. I did wonder if he'd had half a pint of something when he was texting me.
We were, as per usual with my reputation, we were all by that point drinking Aperol Spritz.
I thought, it was Aperol Spritz style texting from Chris, so good to hear from him as always.
It's fun, yeah. So he was really, really good. And then one of his colleagues gave us a really, really good rundown of the court procedures. I can't remember her name.
Right, the prosecution side of things.
So terrible at names. So I do apologise to her. I think no, I'm not even going to try and remember her name because I'll get it wrong. But yes, so but it was really interesting. One of the things I took away from that was the fire service. Basically, every county fire brigade don't really do more than maybe 2 prosecutions a year.
Okay, I didn't know that either. Yeah,
it's so low.
That is really to be. Do you know what I would have if that was a tiebreaker in a quiz? I'd have gone about 110. Bit like same number as tube stations in London. I'd have gone for probably.
But each county brigade probably does 2, 3. Like the maximum, I think the statistics that we were shown, I don't think there was any more than sort of 4 or 5 in a year for any county brigade across the country. So, but it takes so much resources and manpower, I think, as well. So,
of course, yeah.
And then we had a really interesting talk about lifts and evacuation lifts from the guys at the layer lifting lifts elevators industry association.
Okay.
And Stanner. Quite a lot of people left before the lift because it was Friday afternoon. The sad thing is that all the people that left early and went south on the M25 then sat for 2.5 hours on the M25 because of coach fire.
Oh.
So I sent Sonia back to Essex at, I don't know, it was after the Beachmere fire presentation. And I can't. Now I'm like, did we have another presentation? I can't remember the presentation now because it feels like so long ago. So a few people went and they went south and absolutely got stuck on the motorway. So I think we finished the conference, helped Andrea tidy up. Big shout out to Andrea White again for organising it. Very, very pleased. Really, really lovely. And Nicola. We went north on the M25 and we got back to Essex probably an hour and a half before Sonia did. And she left an hour and a half before we did. Yeah, it was bad. It was really, really bad. The whole of literally the southeast of England was just slammed because of a coach fire. But how many times, even when I was away, I think I saw the M25 shut 3 or 4 times with car fires and lorry fires. I think yesterday they had a lorry fire. So it's absolutely mad.
Well, did we do it on the last episode of this show? Something was closed for 14 hours or something. That was the M25 as well.
That was the M25 as well.
Was that a lorry fire and then somebody crashed in to someone else further back?
That was double lorry fire. Yeah, that's right. Because that was the last time I went into London. And of course, I'm going to London tomorrow because I'm going to the fire safety event, the Golden Thread Conference.
Which you're speaking at, right? Are you speaking tomorrow?
I am. The title of my presentation is Collaboration Across Stakeholders. A presentation on how architects, engineers, contractors and building owners can work together to ensure accurate and continuous safety records, together with lessons learned through design and implementation. Now, briefly, because obviously I'll have done the presentation by the time this podcast comes out, briefly my presentation consists of 8 slides, most of which have cartoons on. Because in my professional experience, I probably work on, like you work on loads of different projects with loads of different clients. I do not have one construction management document, what do we call them, database on the internet, one safety management software. Every single client I have uses a different one.
The things where you get 1,000 drawings every morning when you log on and the update. Yeah. There's tons of them in there. You get, I'd probably part of 15, 20, if not. Yeah. So I'm like, they're all different. They're all slightly different. They're all trying to be the same. The problem is if you don't have somebody set it up properly, then either you don't ever get notifications that anything's changed, and then you get shouted at by people because they're like, why haven't you updated your documents? Because I didn't know they needed updating, because none of the RFIs came through. Or like you say, you get 5,000 notifications every day. Yeah. So then you ignore them. And then you're like, and then I get to the point where I get the architect going, what about the latest changes? And I'm like, where are the latest changes? And they're like, well, they're on the system. And it's like, well, which ones are the most recent? And they're like, oh, I'll just send them to you on Dropbox. Right. Okay. Yeah. So, and the 1% that is relevant to you is lost in a tsunami of the other 99%, which is carpet fittings and skirting boards and tap fixtures and stuff. Yeah, we know those.
All I need to know is the external wall makeup and your fire strategy drawings and a little bit of elevations, perhaps, please. Thank you very much. Yeah. Maybe if you could tell me where you're going to put the fire engines when they arrive, or where you're going to put a fire hydrant, and I can tell you if it's in the right place. But that's the issue I have. And we had twice last week, twice when I was on holiday, we had clients ring up and go, where's the Rebus 3 strategies you're supposed to have done? And I was like, we didn't know anything about them. You haven't invited us to meetings because you've forgotten about us. Yeah. And then the minutes go out and we don't get copied in on them. And then they're like, well, have you not logged onto the system? why would I log onto the system unless you send me a notification? So anyway, anybody who's coming to my presentation tomorrow who's expecting anything new is literally going to get me ranting about the fact that none of this seems to work.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a fair talk, to be honest. It's definitely like a shared experience between lots of us in the sector, isn't it? I know I share that for sure. How long's your spot? How long are you speaking for?
Oh, I think it's only half an hour. That's why I've only done 8 slides. And as I say, they are mainly cartoons. It's really annoying because they've changed a lot of the timings around, because I was going to see Sharon tomorrow, lovely Sharon, who also came with a load of her team from PB Safety to the Women Talking Fire event. But Sharon was supposed to be speaking the slot before me, and then they shuffled all the timings around, and then they put a last thing on the second day, and she was like, well, I can't do that because I've got childcare. And they'd moved a load of women to go and talk on the last presentations, and everybody was like, we can't do that because of childcare. You can't put us on that late. We've got to get home to pick up children. It's in central London. We do not live in central London. So there's been a little bit of unhappiness.
Oh no.
About stuff like that.
Oh, bloody hell. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the event or the ethos behind it. Hopefully you still get a good turnout.
I hope not. I hope there'll still be a few people. So the nice thing is that on the presentation and all the information, it says Jude Evans, Director, Runs Fire Safety and Not All Fire Podcasts. So
now I'm interested again. Are we taking some badges? We're dishing badges out.
Well, I was about to pick up a bag of badges and I picked up the wrong bag.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. A bag of tat. A bag of tat going to a conference. I love it.
I know, right?
They're very good badges, actually, I have to say. I've got some somewhere. I don't know. Well, I've got like 1,000 somewhere, but I've got...
Yeah, you gave me half of them. I think I gave out an entire bag at the Women Talking Fire conference. So thank you to everybody thank you to all of our new listeners who might be coming and joining us because of the conference. I do apologise. I'm so sorry. Going back to...
Did you have any listeners at the conference on Friday? Do you have folks that are aware? Obviously, Chris does. He texted me and said he'd had a badge off you. But...
Yep. Sharon and the PB Safety team. Nicola was fangirling, which always makes me laugh. I'm like, I don't know why you're fangirling over me. A couple of other people said they listen. So
you're famous. You are, Jude. You're famous.
Really.
People keep saying to me, "Do you know that Jude Evans? Have you heard she does a podcast?" I go, "I've heard of it. I don't listen to it, but I've heard of it."
I think I'm going to say at the moment, I think you probably listen to it more than I do. I don't seem to have been driving very much recently, so I'm so behind with it. I listened to a few podcasts last week, but not very many. I listened to music quite a lot. But it was. I've got a couple of days off next week, so I'm going to might listen to some podcasts and chill out a bit. So.
Yeah, I am in the car tomorrow at 5 a.m. driving down to Kent or somewhere dreadful like that. I know. Got to slum it. So I'm getting the train.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm getting the train. Getting the train.
Work, can't you, on the train? Yeah.
I know. It's very exciting. Sadly, I have to go and visit a client in the morning. One of our favourite places that down in Edgware Road. But one day I'll actually stop going there, I think. But yes, so I've got to pop down there in the morning and then off to the conference in Olympia. I have to keep reminding myself where it is because I can't remember. So anyway, but you went to Belfast last week doing a conference too.
I've been to Belfast and done a conference, Jude. That's what I did last week. I was there. Where was I there? Wednesday last week, I think. It was a good run out. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
Did you get the ferry or did you get the plane?
I got the plane. 35-minute flight. All it takes. Well, it was all right as well. It was an IFE event. Yeah. It was. Please fasten your seatbelts and then preparing to land in Belfast. Well, I flew to the wrong one. I flew to the bloody international airport, not the city one, because it was cheaper, and I had to get a taxi in. But
did you fly from Blackpool though?
No, Manchester. Manchester.
I've done Leeds Bradford to Belfast, and that again is like 35 minutes. That's literally we're up at cruising height now. We're coming down again.
Yeah. It was cool. It's a cool town though. I love Belfast, and it was a nice conference. So I did a couple of talks. I did introduction to fire strategies. I did DZIA, a bit of an introduction to DZIA. Did some explosion-y stuff, which I like talking about. And then we had Gary Howe there as well. We all know Gary, I think, from Zurich. So he was talking about BESS, which I'm fascinated in. To be honest, the best part of the presentation for me personally was Gary's talk. I remember my talk and everything I got to do, but I was more fascinated by the best stuff. So yeah, really enjoyed the session. Went for a few beers afterwards with Gary and then the organisers, Nigel and Hayley, and a couple of other folks, Phil as well. So yeah, we were. I was out for a few beers after. It was a nice session. Liked it.
Nice.
But yeah, really, really nice talk. And then I landed, had a couple of hours at home, flew off to Amsterdam. So I had 2 really short flights in a really short space of time.
Oh.
So yeah, I was quite happy. Can't go wrong. And I haven't got anything booked in for a while now, speaking wise. I'm teaching next week, but that's not really an event as such. It's just a day job in it. But yeah, I've not got anything booked in for a while. Intentionally, I kind of don't want. I'm going to America in about 6 weeks for a conference, but
I was going to say you've got your American conference coming up soon, haven't you?
That kind of hangs over you, so I'm not doing any of these expos or stuff, webinars. Oh, I did a webinar last week. Bloody hell, I forgot about that as well. Did a webinar on smoke control. Yeah, that was good.
Was that last week or was that not the week before last? I think that was the week before last, to be fair. But anyway.
Don't really know. It might have been the week before that. All blurs, done it into one.
Apologies again for not having a podcast last week. We've got some we have got a podcast in the bag, but it's being held. And that's all we can say.
Yeah, going through some editorial stuff, isn't it? It was due to land last week. We're hoping it'll go out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, unfortunately, it couldn't land as hoped, but no problems with that. So yeah, I was quite happy. Really nice conference. Big thank you to Hayley as always. Big thank you to the IFE. Big thank you to Gary for his talk and Nigel and the guys for hosting us at Ulster. Got a little tour of the campus this time. Last few times I've been, I've just turned up and done the thing, but because I was there a little early, gave us a tour. Hell of a campus, that, to be fair.
Is
Ulster.
Is it a proper campus university or is it a spread city university?
It's a single campus now. About 3 years ago, they moved right into the city centre, and it is a beautiful. Everything, it kind of smells of fresh paint. It's that like nice new place, but they are beautiful buildings, purpose built, everything. So yeah, I got a little tour of Ulster, which I'm always fond of.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty good, to be fair. Pretty good.
Talking of fire strategies, did you see that? I want to say it was the day before the must have been about the 17th of June. The government dropped another consultation.
I have heard of this, but not read it. This is 994, isn't it?
994, Fire Strategies for the Built Environment. It's from the FSH 14 group, isn't it? So, as many of the working groups within the fire safety sector and government do stuff. So they're trying to, I'm going to read it because it's quite interesting what they're trying to do. It's to provide a consistent framework for the design, implementation, operation and management of fire strategies through a building's life cycle. I can see what they're trying to do because they're trying to get fire engineers sorted. They're trying to get fire risk assessors sorted. They're trying to get fire engineering sorted. They're trying to get fire strategy sorted. So I kind of see that they're trying to standardize things a bit more. What they said was that fire risk assessments and other fire safety studies are not substitutes for a fire strategy. They're just specific aspects of fire risk at point in time, whereas the fire strategy establishes the overarching intent, structure and coordination of fire protection measures throughout the build asset's life. They also said it needs to be prepared and validated by competent professionals. Competence is context specific and should reflect the type, scale and complexity of the built asset and the approach adopted. Where performance-based or fire engineered solutions are used, there should be higher levels of technical competence. So there you go. I'll stick with doing my ADB ones and you can do the fire engineering ones. In addition to technical ability, those responsible for fire strategy should demonstrate adherence to professional codes of conduct. So there, I'm guessing they're saying that fire strategy should be written by people with qualifications and memberships and various different things. So yeah. It opened for public comment on the 17th of June and runs until the 18th of August. So we've got 2 months to review that. By the time this podcast goes out, the ADB consultation will have closed because that closes on the 1st of July, I think.
Ooh, which is yes, it does, which is tomorrow or yesterday, depending on when we listen.
Wednesday this week. So yes, so that's that was gone. We've got another few weeks for the fire engineers one, another for the fire risk assessors one.
Yeah. You know, I'm getting annoyed here because I'm trying to get onto 994. I've just Googled it and I thought I'd just have a look at it live, thumb through it for a few minutes. But Why do I have to log in? What's going on here? Why is this annoying
I don't
me?
know. I found it through the FPA, and
Let's have a
then
look at the FPA,
click
shall
on the
we?
consultation, and it says standards development, BSI group. Here we are. Comment, read draft, and you can download it or you can read draft our comment.
So when I click on that, download, tells me to log in. Right, closing it down, not doing it live. I'll get hold of a copy. Someone will have a login.
You're trying to access a protected resource. I mean, yes, I'm a member of the BSI, so therefore our organisation is a member of the BSI, so therefore we can go in there and do that. But yes, that's a bit of a pain in the ass. I mean, that is a bit of a pain. Can you get a free login for BSI? Something that only people who are registered with BSI.
Wow. This started for me as a bit of a kind of, I wonder if, I'll tell you what my brain was doing in the last 45 seconds, Jude. I was like, I wonder if I can pull this up and find something insightful live that I can do on the show and go, oh yeah. But now it's turned into do I have to bloody pay to even review the draft? Is that what this is saying? Because I don't know. I'll find a way through it and I'll muddle through. But yeah, I don't know, because I've not even reviewed it yet. Someone did send me the link to it. It was actually that FPA article. So I'll see if I can get hold of it and do it on this show when we get a chance. But I don't know.
Yes, I'll have a look as well. We'll log in and look at it, because that's actually really relevant to what we do and what we talk about all the time as fire strategies.
Like
I said, me and Chris did, and when I say me and Chris did most of the work. 2 Reaper 3s and a Reaper 2 today, for all very different types of buildings. It's really fun actually. We're doing some. Chris keep telling me he likes it, and I keep giving him loads more work to do. As these things happen. But because we do quite a wide variety of different types of buildings, they're all slightly different. So it's all quite fun. So
yeah.
Medical centres, schools, care homes, refurbishments of various different types of buildings. So it's quite fun. So
very nice. Well, no, as you say, and how many times we say it on this show, you can't complain about it if you don't comment when you get the chance. Really critical for us. The only thing that was brought to my attention on it, because somebody sent me this to do on this show, I think it was, and kind of talk about this whenever you're out and about, Joe, is there's a thing in there about AI, the use of AI in fire strategies, and I've not read it, but they said have a read of that, Joe, and then give your opinions out. So I will do that as promised. As promised to that lovely person. But yeah,
lots of people keep trying to entice me into AI. I did use it to do some financial stuff with my QuickBooks the other day to have a look at my last 5 years worth of sales, but I don't know whether I like the idea of using it for fire risk assessments or fire strategies. I can kind of understand, but then it's just like a spell check or a grammar check. Then isn't that what we have to do for ourselves, each other anyway? I'll
tell you something though, because something's happened today with AI for me. Because I have a love-hate relationship with AI. I use it to run big chunks of my life. It plans every gym session and pretty much every meal and every shopping list in my life. I just use it because it's convenient, right? But at work, I'm a little different. I say to my team, please don't submit me in at ChatGPT. I say to my students, don't use it just to do your bloody assignments and what have you. And I'm a little bit cynical of it. I think if you put your name to something, you have to understand it. Don't just use ChatGPT. And I promise you, I can always spot it when it's done. You go on LinkedIn, there's posts.
LinkedIn posts, terrible. Yeah.
However, today in the office, right, just when we dialed in for the show, a couple of my guys were still here. They were just leaving. So Joel was here and some of the others. Joel and I, and colleague Tyler, we're working on some CFD at the minute, right? And we've got a CFD model, and it's 2.7 million cells. 433 seconds is the model duration, and it's got 22 meshes. Now, for anyone who doesn't know CFD, those numbers are not contextualized. You don't understand. But to help contextualize it, all of those numbers are quite big. That's
7-8 minutes to run it. That's 433 seconds, about 8 minutes.
Yeah. So it's quite a long duration model. It's a very big domain, and it has lots of meshes. And the lines of code behind that are probably running into the thousands, 9, 10,000, maybe 12,000 lines of code, right? And the model keeps crashing.
Oh no.
We turn the fan on, the thing crashes. It's numerical instability, fairly standard in CFD, and we couldn't work out why.
There's a comma in the wrong place.
It's going to be one of them, right? Chatting to the guys saying we need to get on top of this, right? I was giving my usual spiel of, look, don't moan to me that it's taking too long to run. It's running wrong because the model's wrong. It's your job to fix it, blah, 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 blah. I was thinking we're going to have to bloody sit and go through every line of code. Anyway, someone says, why don't I whack it in ChatGPT, see what it says. This happened in my office this afternoon. Put in ChatGPT, can you just review and analyze this FDS script? It spat back and said, mesh alignment, mesh 21. And it was bloody right. And it validated it. It told us the problem. That would have taken us hours to trawl through. Up on a screen.
Because it found it. Because it just went through and went, where have you got matches? Where are you missing a comma? Where are you missing speech marks? Where are you missing pointy things?
And within seconds, it read 8,000 lines of code and told us exactly where the problem was. We fixed it and it solved the problem. So if it's used in the right way and it's used efficiently, I think it is invaluable. You can't deny it.
That's fair.
If you are one of my engineers and you write your report in ChatGPT and send it to me for review on the last day of the month, hey, it's the last day of the month. I wonder why I've come up with that story. I'm going to know. And it reads badly. You know, if you go on LinkedIn and post a thing that's ChatGPT, I'm going to read it and go, I'm not following you anymore. You're not putting effort in. So yeah, it's love, hate, but probably love today because it saved me a few hours. To be honest.
See, I look at that and I go, you're using a computer to solve a computer problem.
Exactly.
And I look at that and go, that I understand that. That's technical. I understand that.
Yeah.
If you've got, I mean, back in the day when I did robotics and I did C++ and I'd written a program to make a little thing that nowadays you can buy a Lego program for and do it on an app on your phone. But I programmed it in base code to follow a line around a room. And we'd spent hours on this thing to try and get it. And you've got paddles and you'd make it move around.
Yeah.
And you'd sit there for hours and you'd have missed one of the greater than or less than symbols that you used to have to put around various terms and it was something so stupid as that. So yeah, to go through 1,000 lines of code. I totally get that.
Computer solving a computer problem. Computer solving a human problem. You know, don't ask ChatGPT to give you advice on your love life. I mean, that's going to be a disaster, isn't it? I should think. I imagine.
Yeah, no, that is interesting though. No, I can see that's a good thing. I definitely see that's a good thing. So
that's what we've been doing, and as I touch on in there, it is of course for us business owners the last day of the month, the last day of the VAT quarter. So happy awful business day to those of you out there that run businesses. Happy stressful last day of the month, as we've all been living, I'm sure.
I will be sending a load of invoices, a load of receipts to Debbie on the train tomorrow morning that she sent me an email for this afternoon before I went out, and didn't get a chance to send them before I went out. So yeah. Boo. Oh, this will make you laugh.
Go on.
Went to Portugal, got a hire car. You have to take a Visa card, obviously. So I went out there, got my Visa card out that I got sent probably last summer. Haven't used it, because I don't use my Visa card so very much. Went to use my Visa card and it was declined. Had to use the company Visa card to put the deposit down for the hire car for the week.
Oh no.
It's fine. I got all the deposit back because I literally didn't drive it and didn't do anything. Got all the deposit back, but it was the only card I had that was a Visa card. I was just like, no.
Are you in trouble with your accountant?
No, because it all got put back, so it was fine. So
fair enough.
But yeah, that was. I did have a moment of, oh no, what am I going to do? All four of us turned up at the car hire place. So yeah, but fortunately, on Saturday, because we flew back on Saturday, unfortunately, we flew back on Saturday to Stansted. Because, of course, what happened on Saturday with Gatwick and Heathrow, because of all the thunderstorms, they cancelled all the planes.
Did they? They did the same at Schiphol on Saturday, where I was in Amsterdam. Yeah.
Really, really bad weather. So we flew in, so we took off from Faro, and then as soon as we got to the south coast, it was rough. Like, it was proper bumpy. There was a lot of seatbelt lights on, even the air hostess was sitting down. So yeah. All the cabin crew sat down. It was literally proper bouncing up and down, and we were all like, "Oh my god, the landing's going to be terrible," because we were delayed anyway, and we'd seen all the flights into the other airports had been cancelled. Yeah. And now as soon as we got the other side of London, out towards Stansted, it was all smooth again. We had a lovely landing. So,
yeah, that's handy. Yeah, my flight was delayed about 3 hours, and a guy on my flight in the terminal got arrested just as we were about to get on the plane.
No
and
way.
I went and gave a witness statement because he was just being annoying.
Was he being a bit drunken bum?
He was a bit drunken. He was a bit Amsterdam-y. There's a thing called PDB, passenger denied boarding, and he was kicking off with the staff, and they were all a small insight from aviation here that to deny passenger boarding. I could see that it was all kicking off, and he was starting to get a bit riled up. Excuse me, I'm coughing. Getting choked up about the story, Jude. Clearly, it's resonated with me. This guy was kicking off. He had no t-shirt on. They asked him to put a shirt on. He said, "No, it's hot." He was vaping in the terminal. He was just annoying everyone.
Wow,
And
naughty boy.
the kind of check-in staff went off, and the captain came out and to have a look. And what that means is the captain can make the decision if he's comfortable to fly the plane. And once he came out, I thought, I know they're doing a PDB assessment, passenger denied boarding. But I also know, as it happens, that if a passenger ever says, I don't feel safe being on that flight because of another passenger, the truth is, if something kicks off, the captain can lock himself or herself away in the cockpit, and the passengers deal with it. If a passenger goes and says the right things and says, I don't feel safe because of that other passenger, they don't need the captain involved. It's immediate PDB. So of course, as it's kicking off, I said, excuse me, you're not doing a PDB on that guy, are you? They went, yeah, we are. Do you know what one of those is? I said, yeah, no, I don't feel comfortable. They went, thank you, sir. And then about 10 armed coppers came charging down the corridor of him. We all got on the flight and got out of there. It was just going on for too long. I couldn't be bothered. So yeah, if you ever, well, you never use it to your own gains, but yeah, when you can see what's going on. But this guy he'd been at the football and didn't like the result, shall we say, and was just hammered trying to get on a plane. He was also being quite racist about various football teams. So yeah, anyway, that's how adventurous my Sunday night flight was.
Wow, well done, well done for occasionally doing things for the greater good there. So
got to offset it, haven't you? If you do the occasional good thing, you can do as many sins as you want. I think that's kind of how it works, isn't it?
Well, you were in Amsterdam. Was Kirsty there?
No, it's just me. I went over with a mate who I've not seen for a little while. We have these little adventures where we go away every few months and go to a different part of the world. Next one we're doing is a canal boat, a narrow boat in the UK. And later in the summer, I'm going to go and cruise around one of them for a while.
At the bottom of my house.
You've got a canal, haven't you, in your garden?
I've got a canal, literally, as I'm in my kitchen. As it is. Weirdly, I'll be in my kitchen. No, we're going to record from my office next week, aren't we? Yeah, you can hire a boat, you can hire a canal barge from just up the canal. We've got the Chesterfield Canal that runs to the bottom. You can literally park at the bottom of our house, come through the gate, and then there we are.
Record a podcast.
I'll
be there on a Tuesday.
From a canal. Live from the barge. Well, we're going to have a guest this week.
We can have it. We can have a guest. Would you like a guest?
Should we have a guest?
Would you like me to bring my guest?
Come on, tortoise boy.
Oh my God! Well, you already know because I've sent you some pictures on WhatsApp. Did you see the picture of him today with a balloon around him?
Yes, you did. Yes, I did. So you could see where he was.
Yes, because you don't want to lose him. Oh my God! Okay, well, let me get him because he is in the office, right? Big reveal.
I will. Do you want me to explain? You go and get him, and I will explain the
you explain.
The many photographs that I've received this afternoon. I even sent Joe a message saying, "Do you not have any work to do?" Because this is, I think, by the time I'd received the 5th photograph of Napoleon Slow-naparte, I believe is his full name, and we will be, depending on whether Joe can find him. Here he is, Napoleon Slow-naparte.
Jude, I know this is a fire safety podcast, but permit me a moment to talk about my new friend. Check this guy out, right?
Hi there, Napoleon.
Got a little. Do you know what? When I was about 7, I wanted I always wanted a tortoise as a pet. And then a couple of months ago, or about a month ago, I was like, do you know what, Joe? You're a CEO. You're a CEO. You don't have to ask your mum anymore and have them say no. Just go buy one. So I went and got myself a little tortoise.
You can spend your own money. So you bought something that's going to outlive you by about 70 years.
I'm going to pass the business on to him, Jude. He's in my will. This guy's going to be a lot of people's bosses someday. But
Look at his little legs. Look at his little legs.
We've got a little tortoise. He is a proper little. So, well, he or she is 3 years old. But the reason we say that is because they don't reach maturity until the age of 6. So we don't know. So he might become a Josephine.
Things haven't dropped, perhaps.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. So he or she is currently 3. Will live to be about 100. Will be with me for the rest of my life and then outlive me. Go to my grandkids. But look at this guy. He's so much fun. Look at him.
How have the dogs coped?
Oh, not well. They're very confused about what this thing is. The cat is not keen. The staff like him though, because he's been in the office. He's a little office tortoise. But look at him.
He's a cute lad or
Our,
lass.
our little show tortoise. How cool is that? Look at his little dinosaur feet. He's got claws and everything.
Oh, he's almost got like pangolin skin.
Yeah, proper scales.
Yeah.
Look at him. So I got pet tortoise. I'm well
Wow.
happy. I'm well
What a
happy
dude.
this week. I know,
What a
right? He just
dude.
kind of wanders around in the office and just look at him. Oh,
With a
nearly
balloon,
dropped him.
with a balloon tied to him, so you don't lose him.
Yeah. Do you know what I've got in the office? I've got a load of balloons that say "Not all fire" from 100th episode, and I said
Still.
I'll put, because his name's Napoleon. I said I'll put the N on him, and then I said I'll put the T on for tortoise, and we said don't put too many on; he'll fly away. He doesn't weigh much. All these helium balloons, we might not get him back.
Your own version of Up.
Yeah, that's what I said. And no one had seen Up in the office. Who's not seen
I've
Up?
not
It's one of
seen
the
it.
best films
No,
ever.
I've not seen it, to be fair.
What?
Oh, that'd be far too sad for me. My goodness me.
It is a sad film. But anyway, yeah, so in recordings moving forward, I'm probably going to have Napoleon Slow-naparte with me, my pet tortoise. If anyone's interested in tortoises, reach out.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
For those of you who do actually know and follow the podcast, Napoleon will absolutely be back in a box in about 2 weeks' time.
He's a 100-year commitment, Jude. He's going to be with me for the rest of my life.
So is the BMW in your garage.
I'm never going to use it, so it will probably sit in my garage for 100 years.
Oh, brilliant. So yes, so you're teaching Chris next week.
Yes, I'm teaching a course next week, and Chris is on it again because it's our level 5, isn't it? He's doing.
Yeah.
This will be his second teaching week, won't it? So yeah, I'm
It will
doing
smoke control,
structural fire engineering and smoke control next week. 3 days on structures, 2 days on smoke control. Been working on the materials for that this week. We're in the lab as well for the structures, which is exciting.
Yes, because I think Roger and Chris are handing in documents tomorrow for the first week.
It's the deadline tomorrow, isn't it? I've got some marking to do this weekend. Yeah, from the last week I taught, which was means of escape and CFD, I think. So yeah, next week I'm doing 5 days teaching, which I look forward to. It's always good fun. And yeah, do you know what? I've just been writing. So we have 2 case studies for that week. We've got the World Trade Center collapse and Ronan Point, and we do them in quite a lot of detail. We do some small scale experiments just related to like fire resistance and that in the lab. And then smoke control, which was my latest webinar I've just done. So that's on YouTube now. But
brilliant.
Yeah, 2 days on smoke control, loads of smoke calcs, a little bit mathsy. Because of the way the program works, you end up doing some maths on a Friday, which is always a bit tricky. So we always buy people pizza. Our rule is if you have a rough Friday in the classroom, you get pizza.
You can have pizza. That's fair.
Yeah.
What we've managed to do is for the week that you're doing in August, which what did you say it was going to be? The August training week? That's
it is access facilities for the fire service. Well,
yes, it's B5.
It's B5 basically, and B4, external fire spread and fire service. The program is built around the functional requirements. It's not hard to tell. So yeah, B4 and B5 that week.
So what we've managed to do is, because Chris has a young family, we've managed to find, for the equivalent cost of him to stay in a hotel for the week, we found a nice apartment quite close to the beach for the family to have a week up there.
Lovely. In August, so the weather should be good. Well, it might be good as well. Yeah.
Well, yes, considering, again, like I said, the temperature in Portugal might have been less than it is here last week, but I think next week's going to be quite traumatic as well, isn't it? It's going to be quite hot next week. Yeah,
I think so. Well, good day to be in the lab doing fire tests, isn't it? Good luck, everyone. Don't add to the wildfires that we've had this week. I mean, do you know what? I was looking through some of the stats for where wildfires are around, and so many. I mean, I've got California, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico. Literally just wildfires. It's all the plains, though, isn't it? If you look at them all on a map, they're all quite closely.
Mexico. Yeah,
it is. It's that area that's just north. It's kind of just in the middle, and it's midwestish area going out towards Cali.
Roger was saying there was a massive one over the moors, North York Moors near Halifax over the weekend. I think it was.
Yeah,
you can see the smoke in the valley.
At the moment, particularly bad as well. Did you hear as well during the storms? I was fascinated by this. That during the storms, perhaps late last week, maybe early weekend, Friday night, something like that. Lightning strikes in London. We had 2 house fires caused by lightning strikes. And London Fire Brigade got 400 calls in one night for fires during the really bad storms we got. So,
I do know that one of my clients built a site, one of my house building clients, where was it they built? Was that Burgess Hill? I think they'd literally just finished building a set 270 detached houses. It's full CML, absolutely completed. The people moved in. The day the people moved in, it got struck by lightning and burnt down.
Oh, bloody hell, really?
How unlucky is that? So, and it
No.
happens. It just happens. Lightning just happens. So, and I
Yeah.
know, and this is a house. So you sit there and you go, I know we've talked about lightning strikes before, and we've talked about the maps and all these different stuff. But it's one of those things that you really don't know. And it's, I mean, it's starting to get a bit overcast here. I know that there's been storms predicted, I think, for tomorrow. I mean, I'm going to be walking around London, so that's obviously it's going to torrential rain tomorrow. But I'll be on the train for most of the time, so it's not too bad. But yeah, so yeah, lightning's a nasty one, really, isn't it?
Well, I've done a talk on it. I think it was a webinar for the IFE, wasn't it, about the fire risk of lightning strikes. And the truth is, if you
did it the week after we talked about it on the podcast.
Did we?
Yeah. In case you wonder where you get your ideas from.
Yeah, very short memory for me. I'll just talk about whatever's current, whatever I've done recently. The truth is, with a lightning strike, if it's a direct strike, it's very, very likely to cause fire because it is tens of thousands of volts. I don't remember the figures anymore.
Oh, it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, really common.
I saw some photos on Facebook of a lightning strike in Essex, I think it was, that had hit a tree and it had just blown the tree apart. I mean, really cool, but
yeah, incredible. I mean, this is a little bit dark, but incredible scars from people who get struck by lightning. They're beautiful. People often get tattoos built around them if it ever happens. Yeah, they are amazing.
It's the same as when it strikes sand and you get the sand turning into glass through the sand.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Do you know, I should have brought those as fires this week because I read that, 2 house fires in London caused by the lightning that we had last week. And of course, with the weather increases we're getting again, more wildfires, likely more lightning strikes as well. Yeah.
Cool. Right, well, I'm going to leave you to play with your tortoise, which is not a euphemism because there is indeed Napoleon.
Isn't he good? Look at him, Jude.
For those of you listening and not watching, he is holding a tortoise, I will say.
There is a literal tortoise.
There is a literal tortoise in his hands.
An actual tortoise.
Has he bitten you yet?
Oh, yeah. Oh, a lot. Yeah, he bites all the time. Fun fact, they don't have teeth. They have what's called beaks. They literally have a beak on the front of them.
Funny beaky thing, don't they? Yeah.
There he is. Look at his little beak.
Hi there, Napoleon.
Isn't that good? Oh, I do hope anyone's watching this rather than listening to it. Otherwise, it's a weird podcast. But, if we had an audio description, it would be saying, man is holding tortoise whilst trying to think of fire safety facts. But yeah, tiny tortoise.
Cool. Right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I really hope you watched it just so you could see Joe's tortoise because it does sound so wrong when you're listening. I look forward to me listening to this as I drive down the motorway. But
yeah, this one's getting removed from Spotify, isn't it? Welcome to the Cutting Room Floor, episode 109.
Inappropriate. Cool. Right.
Good fun as always, though. Thanks, Jude.
No worries. See you all next week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.